The Minnesota River Valley saw an early summer of flooding. In just 5 days, the valley will be the high water mark of amateur baseball in Minnesota. 2 state titles will be celebrated in 21 days. Right now, 80 teams are still dreaming championship dreams. We bring you the brackets and the breakdown next on the State Amateur Baseball Preview Show.
Welcome to the 2024 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of the state games will be available on NSPN.TV. Tonight's bracket reveal is brought to you by MaxBat, the official wood bat of the Minnesota Baseball Association; Beacon Athletics, the ultimate ball field resource; Amy Electronics, scoreboards and digital displays; Rawlings, the official baseball of the state tournament; DuraEdge, engineered soils, the difference is in the dirt; and Reinders, turf and landscaping solutions and supplies. Now here's NSPN.TV's Ryan Phelps.
Welcome everybody to one of the great summer traditions here in Minnesota. I'm Ryan Phelps with NSPN.TV, and we're just minutes away from revealing the brackets for the 2024 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. 32 teams in Class B, 48 in C. All 80 teams know they're in, but they won't know their matchups, where they're playing, and who against until we tell you just a few minutes from now. We have a half a dozen people, experts in the field, if you will, going to join us and analyze all the brackets, maybe even give you a prediction or two. But first, before we look ahead at these great 4 locations that we're going to be playing baseball from over the next 3 weekends, let's look back. So 2023 brought us the 100th State Amateur Baseball Tournament and brought us back to just 2 classes for the first time since 1985. The teams historically comprising Class A and B combined for a 32-team single elimination event that wrapped up in Dassel. The 2021 Class A champ Air Freight of St. Paul matched up with perennial B power Shakopee. The Indians scored first when Colin Williams delivered an RBI single to plate the opening run. It would be Shakopee's last lead. Air Freight's Sam Kalesa brought home 2 with this gapper. Kyle Halverson added 2 more RBIs for the Freight to get them a couple-run cushion heading into the late innings. From there, they turned it over to the best lefty in the business, Graham Lobsher. Lobsher struck out 21 Minnetonka batters earlier that day in the semis. He recorded the final 6 outs against Shakopee, and for the second time in 3 years, Air Freight took home the trophy. In 21, it was Class A. In 23, Class B.
I mean, we got a lot of clutch guys on our team. So, I mean, when someone needs to step up, we just got a bunch of guys who are willing and able to do so. So it was a great team win.
The Class C championship game was played on a 100-degree Labor Day afternoon in Delano between Bird Island and Maple Lake. The Bullfrogs dug themselves a hole in the middle innings, but they found a spark with this RBI double to the Ivory from James Wolfel. Bird Island was in rally mode, but Maple Lake went into game-saving defense mode and shut the door. Sean Dollarshell makes great contact and chases Malachek in center near the warning track. The catch is made, and watch this throw by Hunter. A laser to third to get the double play. Malachek was named the tournament MVP. One last defensive gem to bring the Lakers another state title. In the 9th, Clapp chases down this foul ball with the Willie Mays-style catch. Bird Island would get 1 back in the 9th, but it wasn't enough. The Irish win their 4th championship, first since 2012.
Hell of a tournament, a lot of close games. Defense played a hell of a game every game. I mean, everything just went right. Perfect time when we got hot coming in. That's all I can say.
What a special time. Great couple of weeks last year watching Maple Lake win that one as Mark Forsman, president of the NBA, joins us here. And I saw a tweet last year after they won it that night on the, $1,600 bar tab they had?
And many shoe beers, I bet you, too, also.
Well, Mark, thanks for joining us. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you, too, Ryan.
So we've got a great great couple weeks coming up here as we head into another year of state amateur baseball. The tournament coming up, 4 great parks. We get Shakopee week 1. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Shakopee is a good staple in the state of Minnesota as far as their field and a location is good for bringing in our Class A teams too. So Shakopee's always stepped up and made their field available for us. So it's a good thing.
You and I both talked off air. We made our way separately, but kind of the same route through Green Isle and Belle Plaine on the way here.
Yeah, you got to take the back roads. You know, you can't just take the interstates and whatever. So it's a scenic view.
Yeah, great parks though. That
Yeah.
Green Isle one's a nice little hidden gem, and of course the other ones as well. Just such great places as we look at some of the pictures here. Belle Plaines as well, Tiger Park.
Yeah, I've played many state tournaments in these two parks, Belle Plaine and Jordan. The Mini Met is spectacular. Belle Plaine is very traditional ballpark, and Green Isle is up and coming. They got a beautiful, like a little gem, just like you stated.
Yeah, and it's such a neat thing. You look at Jordan. I was there in June for the state high school league tournament, and they told me, we'll hear from Matt in a little bit from Jordan, but they said they're not touching the field in July.
Right.
And just the amount of work that goes into getting these types of fields ready and in such pristine condition is
Right.
really an undertaking.
A big pride in all these parks, and a shout out to all these committees and all these communities for just stepping up and coming through and getting their parks up to par for us for the upcoming state tournament.
So 100 years last year, 4 great parks, awesome tournament. We saw the highlights from the championship games there. It was a 2-class tournament. We're back to 2-class this year, and then we're changing it next year. Tell us about the
Yeah.
3-class format and then what to expect next year.
Yeah, so it'll be another change that our board members have implemented for the following year, a 3-class system, and it's based on our criteria. If you're 20 points and above, or 20 points and below, you're in Class C, and from 20 to 35, you're in Class B, and 36 and above, you're in Class A. And we're going to have some movement, and some traditional teams are going to be moving in different spots.
So I know there's a lot of discussion behind this, but give us the briefs, pros and cons. Start with the pro. Why make this switch?
I just think, as myself, as a board member, I represent the whole state of Minnesota. I just don't represent a certain amount of teams. So in saying that, I think we have to give an opportunity for everyone to make it to the state tournament. And yet, to get to the state tournament, it should be something that you cherish. I think in the last 5 years, there's been 35 teams out of the 48 that are consistently going in each region. And something needs to change, and we're going to try it and see how it goes. And a lot of people think why ruin a good thing? But we enhanced it with Class A coming to B. Why not enhance our tournament now with letting some C teams that have never tasted the state tournament to opportunity to come to the state tournament?
You're always getting feedback in your position. Are there any cons you're hearing about this switch?
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to have thick skin to be in my position. So, I mean, but to take you step out and take a chance, and look at the pros, and like you said, and the cons, and the pros outweigh the cons. So, yeah.
Looking at last year's tournament, you guys surpassed an attendance record. Delano, Litchfield, Dassel, and Waconia, great sites. We got a chance on NSPN and with our work with you guys at the NBA to do shows from each location, and a lot of fun to see those ballparks up close. The fans, the concession sale. I mean, it's just a great site all around. Talk a little bit about breaking that attendance record and what you're forecasting here this year.
Yeah, it was very special. We had a great tournament last year, going over 28,000 people. And, you guys stepped up the game too, broadcasting our recaps. And, that was special too. And a lot of people really appreciated that. Every week we had a recap. And, it just keeps building, like I said. And we're throwing new things into the mix. And, hopefully we don't make a bad step, but so far we've been making a lot of good steps.
Well, we're doing the show again every Sunday night through the tournament, and then following the championship games on Memorial Day.
And I think it's very possible that in we call it the Bible Belt, where Jordan, Belle Plaine, and Green Isle are in, that we could get over 28,000. You get some good weather, you get the right teams. It's very possible. We're riding a wave. Let's keep riding it. So,
Mark, appreciate the time.
Hey, nice seeing you again.
Mark Forsman, president of the Minnesota Baseball Association. Let's give a tip of the cap to some of the sponsors of this broadcast and of the NBA. And when we come back, what you all came for, we'll reveal the brackets for the 2024 State Amateur Baseball Tournament live from our undisclosed location. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thanks.
Back in a moment. The Minnesota River Valley saw an early summer of flooding. In just 5 days, the valley will be the high water mark of amateur baseball in Minnesota. 2 state titles will be celebrated in 21 days. Right now, 80 teams are still dreaming championship dreams. We bring you the brackets and the breakdown next on the State Amateur Baseball Preview Show.
Welcome to the 2024 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of the state games will be available on NSPN.TV. Tonight's bracket reveal is brought to you by MaxBat, the official wood bat of the Minnesota Baseball Association; Beacon Athletics, the ultimate ball field resource; Amy Electronics, scoreboards and digital displays; Rawlings, the official baseball of the state tournament; DuraEdge, engineered soils, the difference is in the dirt; and Reinders, turf and landscaping solutions and supplies. Now here's
Are you looking
NSPN.TV's
for a
Ryan
cost-effective
Phelps.
way to improve your infield playing surface? Meet FieldSaver. Our FieldSaver process is a cost-effective alternative to remove and replace. We'll test your current ag lime infield, identify the right FieldSaver custom amendment, and blend the material into your existing infield. FieldSaver is trusted by the St. Paul Saints. Visit DuraEdge online to learn more about the FieldSaver process and get in touch with a field expert in your area.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
Welcome back to the State Amateur Baseball Tournament 2024 Bracket Reveal Show. Reminder, all of these games beginning on Friday will be available on NSPN.TV. Well, you guys came to see the brackets. We're going to pull them up here in just a moment for you as we're filing through them right now. We're going to start with Class B. All right, let's take a look at the brackets. We've got, starting up top, Champlin Park Low Gators versus the St. Paul Hops, Sunday, August 17th, 1:30 p.m. in Shakopee. From there, we go to the Minneapolis Cobras and the Elko Express, Sunday, August 18th, 11 a.m. in Shakopee. You guys spoke, we listened. We're going to slow this down for you. You guys said, don't rush through these. You want to take a good look. So we're going to keep them up there nice and long for you. Over on the other side, St. Louis Park Pirates versus the Dundas Dukes. That's Sunday, August 18th, 11 a.m. in Green Isle. And finally, in the first of 4 Class B brackets, we've got the Chaska Cubs versus the St. Anthony Hogs, Saturday, August 17th. That's 11 a.m. in Shakopee. On to the next set of Class B brackets. We've got the Sobieski Skis taking on the Hopkins Berries. I got to be able to take a look at that. There we go. Saturday, August 17th, 11 a.m. in Jordan. We've got North St. Paul, the Snowmen, versus the Victoria Vics, Sunday, August 18th at 4 o'clock in Shakopee. Over on the other side, the St. Paul Mudhens taking on the St. Michael Saints. That's Saturday, August 17th, 6:30 p.m. in Belle Plaine. And the Meesville Mudhens taking on the Minneapolis Mudcats, Friday, August 16th, 7:30 in Shakopee. Continuing on, more Class B brackets. The Rochester Royals taking on the Minneapolis Angels. That one's Sunday, August 18th, 1:30 in Green Isle. The defending champs, Air Freight Unlimited versus the Centennial Cougars. Saturday, August 17th, 1:30 in Jordan. Over on the other side, Cold Spring Springers versus the Minnetonka Monarchs. Saturday, August 17th, 6:30 in Shakopee. And finally, in our third of 4 Class B brackets, Stockman's Irish versus the Egan Bandits, Saturday, August 17th, 4 o'clock in Shockoe. And our final Class B bracket. We've got the Andover Aces taking on the Highland Park Beavers. That one's Sunday, August 18th, 4 o'clock in Green Isle. Up next, Lions Pub Warriors versus the Newmarket Muskies, Friday, August 16th, 7:30 in Jordan. On the other side, Baseball 365 versus the Moorhead Mudcats. That one's on Saturday, August 17th, 4 o'clock in Belle Plaine. And finally, our last Class B bracket, Burnsville Bobcats versus the Stillwater Loggers. That's Sunday, August 18th, 1:30 in Shakopee. All right, so Belle Plaine will host the Class B championship on Sunday, September 1st. The Class C championship remains in its traditional Labor Day spot. That's at one of the most traditional ballparks you will find. That's in Jordan, the Mini Met. When we get them up here, we'll take a look at the Class C brackets. We'll get them up here in just one moment here for you. All right, here we go. Class C. We'll start with Perham versus the Cold Spring Rockies, Sunday, August 18th, 1:30 in Belle Plaine. The winner moves on to face Jordan. We don't have dates and times yet for the second round games, just so you know, so we left them blank. A lot of variables there, so we just left them as per the instructions from the NBA, left them open. So Jordan will be playing the winner of Cold Spring and Perham. Bottom left, Loretto versus Atwater, Sunday, August 18th, 4 o'clock in Jordan. The winner advances to face Sauk Center. We've got Wanamingo versus St. Bonifacius, Saturday, August 17th, 11 a.m. in Belle Plaine. New Ulm gets the bye. And Buckman versus Webster, Saturday, August 17th. That one's at 6:30 in Jordan. Fergus Falls awaits in round 2. We'll take a look here at the next one in just a moment. As I said, we would keep these up a little longer for you so you can take a look at them. We've got Raymond versus Springfield, Sunday, August 18th, 11 a.m. in Belle Plaine. Union Hill takes on St. Peter, Friday, August 16th, 7:30 in Belle Plaine. I've got Farming versus Maple Lake, Saturday, August 17th. That one's at 11 a.m. in Green Isle. And Princeton takes on Nisswa. That one's Sunday, August 18th, 11 a.m. in Jordan. Young America, Clinton, Fairmont, and Sartell all getting first-round byes. As we take a look at the next bracket, we've got Morris versus Waterville. That one's Saturday, August 17th, 4 o'clock in Green Isle. Cortland taking on Richmond, Saturday on the 17th, 6:30 in Green Isle. St. Joseph versus Jackson, Sunday, August 18th. That one's in Jordan at 1:30. And Carver takes on the Piers Brewers, Saturday, August 17th, 4 o'clock in Jordan. That leaves Red Wing, Isani, Buffalo, and Watkins all with first-round byes. And now another C bracket for you. Up top, LeSueur versus Madison. That one is Sunday, August 18th, 4 o'clock in Belle Plaine. Laverne battles Kimball, Saturday, August 17th, 1:30 in Belle Plaine. The Bemidji Blue Ox versus Litchfield, Saturday, August 17th. That one's at 1:30 in Green Isle. And Waconia, one of the hosts last year, versus Hanska, Friday, August 16th, 7:30 in Green Isle. Bird Island, New York Mills, Foley, and Montgomery all getting first-round byes. All right, well, that's your first full look at the brackets. When we come back, we've got our panelists coming up. We've got 6 guys. We've got radio guys. We've got ball players and just experts in the game of state amateur baseball. They'll all be joining us up here on set. We'll break down the brackets. We'll get some predictions as well as our coverage continues here from the Minnesota Baseball Association 2024 State Tournament Bracket Reveal Show.
Are you looking for a cost-effective way to improve your infield playing surface? Meet FieldSaver. Our Field Saver process is a cost-effective alternative to remove and replace. We'll test your current ag lime infield, identify the right Field Saver custom amendment, and blend the material into your existing infield. Field Saver is trusted by the St. Paul Saints. Visit DuraEdge online to learn more about the Field Saver process and get in touch with a field expert in your area.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35+ years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
As we welcome Jeremy Stender from KGLB in Glencoe, one of the fantastic stations who support multiple town teams, and Scott Hollingsworth, the manager and still on the roster for the Jordan Brewers. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be a great tournament. The Mini Met in Jordan is a cornerstone of town ball. Too many adjectives to describe what this ballpark brings as a host site. We won't ask Scott about your team in particular, but I do want to start the conversation with just what it's like being a host of this great tournament.
Well, we've done it a few years now in Jordan, and it takes an army to get the ballpark up and ready for a state tournament for all the fans to come through. We like to showcase the ballpark. We think we got a nice a ballpark there, and all our players, volunteers, and workers around there have really put forth the effort to make this tournament go starting next week.
Jeremy, you cover a ton of teams, a ton of ballparks around the state. What do you think of the Jordan site and the rest of the sites here?
As good as it gets, and selfishly for me, we just had our region tournament in Cologne, which is a mile from my house, and Jordan Bell Plain and Green Isle are a stone's throw away too, so it's nice and convenient. But Mini Met's one of the outstanding parks in our entire state, and I'm looking forward to getting back over there. I think the last game I called there was actually at the 2014 state tournament.
Oh, there you go.
It'll be good to be back.
Yeah, so as you get ready for this tournament, I mentioned to Mark when he was on that during the state high school league tournament we were in Jordan, and they said, I was talking, it might have been to you, I don't remember who I was with in the press box, that said, we're not doing any games here in July. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, it was tough on us scheduling, that's for sure. We did play a lot of road games, but we wanted to make sure that it was in pristine shape by the time state tournament rolled around next week, and we've done a lot of work and in preparation for it, so we're looking forward to it.
So the brackets were revealed. We see them up on our screen now. What do you guys think? Where do you guys want to start? I got Morris and Waterville, Cortland and Richmond, St. Joseph and Jackson, Carver and Pierce. What do you guys think?
First of all, did you notice how they won't let Scott and I talk about Jordan and Young America? I wonder
I
why
did.
that is. So, no, kind of looking at it, and when I kind of broke down, again, a lot of us know about Buffalo. They've really come onto the scene this year. Great offensive team. Added Max Otto from the Delano A's through the draft. I really kind of like them. When I look at this quadrant, I really like them coming out. I'm really looking forward or curious to see if we get that Red Wing Isanti matchup. I know we're going to hear from someone a little bit later from Red Wing. I'm sure he's pretty excited about that potential matchup. Both teams are going to have to do a little to get there, but I think that sets up nice. And I have Buffalo playing Isanti in this quad to go on to the state semis.
All right, Scott, what do you think?
I will add the year of Waterville, what they've gone through this summer here with the Shane Sellner passing and bless his soul. But Waterville is a team that I think if they get hot here with riding what has happened this summer and the way they're playing, they're going to be a team that can get by Morris hopefully, and they're going to see that Aaron Johnson and Red Wing. So I think they're a great team to watch also.
Let's take a look at the other side of the bracket now. We've got LeSueur, Madison, Laverne versus Kimball, the Bemidji Blue Ox and Litchfield, and finally Waconia and Hanska.
I'm actually sick of listening to Mike Nago complain about how tough of a draw that Bird Island's got, but I actually agree with him. I don't agree with Mike on some stuff, but I do. I really think when I see Bird Island and Foley, we know about Region 8. It's universally one of the best every year in the state, so they're really good. Bird Island's proven what they've done over the course of the last few state tournaments. Last year playing in a state championship. And I know I'm a Region 7 guy, but I really, really like this Waconia team. They've added an ace in John Bezdacek, a hard-throwing left-hander. I've actually got Waconia and Foley playing out of this quadrant.
Very good.
I will add, LeSueur being they were in our region, they're a young team, they're a hungry team. They've added some really hard-throwing arms on that team, and we just faced them last night, and they kept bringing arm after arm after arm in, and every one of them is bringing the heat a little bit, and they kept us under wraps for a while there. But they're a team it's scary there. So if Bird Island is looking for someone to mess with there, LeSueur might be them in the second round, and then Montgomery getting in too. Montgomery's a nice little pick in there too, I think.
Yeah, no doubt. That's where my kids go to school. A lot of those boys play for Montgomery, so looking forward to seeing them as well. Just 10, 15 seconds on the other side of the C bracket. Anything jump out at you?
I'll let you go
Young
first.
America.
And I would say Jordan, but no, I mean, Young America's, they were 1-1 on May 19th. They're 27-1 right now. They've won 26 in a row. Their offense is very explosive, and they can pitch, and they got a lot better today in that Region 7 draft. So, I know there's some of my homerism probably coming out there, but I also won't get let back in town if I don't say Young America. So I'll just leave it at that.
I'll throw out Nisswa. Nisswa can swing the bats there. I know personally, I faced them 3 times in state tournaments. They know how to hit the ball. Not saying I'm any good, but I know they can hit.
Scott Hollingsworth from Jordan, Jeremy Stender, KGLB Radio in Glencoe. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're through half of the Class C brackets. We'll take a break. We'll break down the B brackets when our coverage continues. You're watching the Bracket Reveal Show live here on the Minnesota Baseball Association YouTube page.
Are you looking for a cost-effective way to improve your infield playing surface? Meet FieldSaver. Our FieldSaver process is a cost-effective alternative to remove and replace. We'll test your current ag lime infield, identify the right FieldSaver custom amendment, and blend the material into your existing infield. FieldSaver is trusted by the St. Paul Saints. Visit DuraEdge online to learn more about the FieldSaver process and get in touch with a field expert in your area.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
Back here with the Bracket Reveal Show, Ryan Phelps with NSPN.TV. All of the games, by the way, can be seen on NSPN.TV. We'll have 78 games. $30, by the way, gets you the entire year on NSPN.TV. Good deal there for you guys. We switched to Class B now, and here to talk with us, Tom Kohler from Air Freight, defending champ. Good to see you. And Adam Gallatin from Forest Lake. And we'll have a lot of back and forth, but I want to start. We started off the show with highlights from last year's state championship game, and Graham Lobsher, obviously a huge part of what you guys are doing at Air Freight Unlimited.
Yeah, I mean, Graham's a great arm. Like, I would say he's probably one of the best in the state, if not the best. Last year was one of the most historic tournament runs I've ever seen. I mean, especially just to come back in that championship game and close it out for us and, finish it off the way he did, striking out 5 of the last 6 guys. It was just incredible to watch. And, before that game, he came up to me and he goes, "Kohler, I got 2 in me." And I go, "That made my job a lot easier." So,
Yeah, that's got to be good to hear.
yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
Adam, what do you think? Have you had a chance to swing a bat against Lobsher?
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah. I'm a strictly garbage time player, so way up or way down.
Yeah, it's fun to see now as we're switching. We were talking with Mark Forsman, the president, earlier about the switch from the 3 class to the 2 class, and now back to the 3 class. Air Freight, one of those teams that will likely be featured in that Class A once again.
Yeah, for sure. For me, it's a little bittersweet. Excuse me, a little bittersweet. I was a huge proponent of merging the A's and the B's, and I thought that bore out last year with just a fantastic tournament. Looking at this bracket, there's going to be some amazing games. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
let's take a look at them. Here we go with the Class B brackets. We'll start with these teams here. We've got the Champlain Park Low Gators, always a threat. St. Paul Hops. Minneapolis Cobras versus the Elko Express. We've got the St. Louis Park Pirates and the Dundas Dukes. And then Chaska, the Cubs, versus the St. Anthony Hogs. What do you guys think of that first set?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got the bracket and I took a look at the upper section, this stood out to me. It's going to be an absolute dogfight. Champlain is great. St. Louis Park, they've won a couple state titles. I'm really looking at that Minneapolis Cobras versus Elko game.
Elko.
It's going to be fantastic. Cobras won in 18, and I think they're runners up in 19 or 20.
Yep.
And Elko, I hear they have a great pitcher, and we went down there a couple of years ago. They're a good squad, so looking forward to that.
Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, Champlain Park is ranked 10th, and the only reason they're ranked that low is just the modesty of their coach. He doesn't vote for himself, so honestly, Champlin's probably a top 5 team. So Champlain took second 2 years ago. They had a little bump last year. I would look for them to make a run. Like you said, one of the things the last couple of years that we've seen is that the teams that go deep or the teams that win are the teams that have that starting pitcher like you guys had. And that's kind of what I see with Elko here. Elko's got a former pro and a stacked lineup, so I would look. That could be a great second round game with Elko and Champlain there.
All right, next set of brackets. Sobieski Skis versus the Hopkins Berries. North St. Paul Snowmen versus the Victoria Vics. The St. Paul Mudhens and the St. Michael Saints. And the Meesville Mudhens versus the Minneapolis Mudcats, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we were chatting before. I think this is Meesville's quadrant to lose. I think, this is their quadrant, and they should come out of this pretty handily. But, we never know with this single elimination tournament. One bad game and you're out of it. So,
Yep.
looking forward to this. I guess Victoria is a good squad. They came in first in their league. And then that St. Michael versus St. Paul Mudhens, that could be an upset there. Keep an eye out for that one.
Adam?
Yeah, one of the interesting games I think here is, first of all, I was a little surprised to see Sobieski win that section. So congrats to them. This might be their last year in kind of that top class. Yeah. And they face off with Hopkins. So Hopkins on paper has one of the most stacked rosters in town ball. So that is going to be an interesting game.
All right, let's take a look at our third set of Class B brackets. We've got the Rochester Royals versus the Minneapolis Angels, Air Freight Unlimited and Centennial. We've got the Cold Spring Springers versus the Minnetonka Monarchs, and Stockman's Irish taking on the Egan Bandits. You know anything about any of those teams, Tom?
Yeah, I know a little bit about one of them, but the matchup I'm looking at here is the upper portion, Minneapolis Angels versus the Rochester Royals. Sure. Minneapolis Angels, they're a little older of a squad, but they got Mitch Bauer and Matt Schold, and they're definitely capable of making an upset. And then I look at that Cold Spring versus Minnetonka game. I think there's going to be a ton of people there, 6:30 in Shakopee.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a fun one to watch. And I mean, us against Centennial, looking forward to it. Should be a fun one.
All right. Adam?
Yeah, if you told me that Cold Spring, Minnetonka, Stockman's, and Egan were the Final Four teams, that wouldn't surprise me. So this is just murderer's row right here. And then also congratulations to Centennial on making their first ever state tournament.
Yeah.
They actually won a seeding game, and their reward for that is they get to face Air Freight.
Welcome to the show. All right, let's take a look at the final bracket here for Class B. We've got the Andover Aces and the Highland Park Beavers, Lions Pub Warriors versus the Newmarket Muskies, Baseball 365 versus the Moorhead Mudcats, and the Burnsville Bobcats and the Stillwater Loggers.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the big thing here is Lions Pub versus Newmarket. Lions Pub, they win 30 games a year. Last year, they came in as the #1 team. They got bounced in the first round. I'm wondering if they can come back and avenge that loss and make a deep run. But Newmarket in Section 1, probably the toughest in the state, so should be a good one as well.
Yeah, I'm not a ranker, but if I was, I think Burnsville will probably be my number one ranked team. So I kind of see them maybe coming out of that 14 quadrant there. Another team that is interesting is Andover coming out of Section 4. I've been to multiple Andover games, and every game I've been to, they have 20-plus guys in the dugout. So they are dedicated, they are young, and they are very good. So that should be an interesting bracket matchup with Highland Park.
You got Elko, Newmarket, Montgomery, and Union Hill. Union Hill's a little bit further west, but some really tightly concentrated good clubs represented this year in that area.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Hey, Tom Kohler, Adam Gallatin, thanks for joining us, and best of luck this year.
Thank you.
All right, we've got one more segment to go. We're going to break down the Class C bracket, the final half of the Class C bracket when we return. And by the way, just another quick reminder, all of these games starting on Friday can be seen on NSPN.TV.
Are you looking for a cost-effective way to improve your infield playing surface? Meet FieldSaver. Our FieldSaver process is a cost-effective alternative to remove and replace. We'll test your current ag lime infield, identify the right FieldSaver custom amendment, and blend the material into your existing infield. FieldSaver is trusted by the St. Paul Saints. Visit DuraEdge online to learn more about the FieldSaver process and get in touch with a field expert in your area.
Goosebumps. You remember the ones you got the first time your kid stepped up to the plate? There's nothing like the thrill of youth sports or school sports, especially when you're playing on a beautiful field that makes you feel like a real pro. Kids and grown-ups alike make memories and learn lessons that will last a lifetime when they're playing on the sporting spaces we create. Beacon Athletics is making a difference by creating the best and safest playing fields possible.
Local sports coverage can be found on NSPN.TV all year long. From the first crack at the bat in August to the final putt in June.
And that is good for the individual championship.
We are there. Subscribe to the Neighborhood Sports Network to watch events both live and on demand, including state tournament coverage in every sport. Email jobs at nspn.tv if you'd like to join our team of broadcasters and camera operators. Welcome to the neighborhood.
And welcome back to the Bracket Reveal Show here. Ryan Phelps with NSPN.TV, joined by Aaron Johnson from the Red Wing Aces and Jordan Flick from Dassel. However, you were part of that state championship win with Maple Lake in last year's 100th tournament. What a thrill that must have been.
Yeah, it was a blast. Just a great time. It was a super fun tournament, and those guys played really well. Great defense the whole tournament behind you when I was pitching, so that helped a ton.
We're seeing the celebration here. You know, you play your whole life, right, in probably multiple sports as well. You don't often get a chance to do this, though. The hats and the bats and the gloves come flying. I mean, what a great thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little cliche to say, but you play for the dog pile at the end of the year, and it's fun to be a part of one.
Yeah, no question. Aaron Johnson here from Red Wing as well. Any success stories like that from you over the years of your ball playing days?
Well, I think, the big thing, just coming from my hometown of Red Wing, this is our 6th time being in the state tournament in the last 7 years, so we're hoping to be able to do that at some point.
Yeah, no question. Well, let's take a look at the brackets. We'll go through the last half of our C brackets with these gentlemen. We'll start up top with Perham and the Cold Spring Rockies. We've got Loretto versus Atwater, Wanamingo taking on St. Bonnie, and Buckman versus Webster. We've also, of course, with first-round byes, you've got Jordan, New Ulm, Sauk Center, and Fergus Falls. Guys, what do you think?
I know in that first game with Perham and the Cold Spring Rockies, we've over in Dassel, we've played the Rockies a few times over the past few years. They're always a tough team. I could see them making a run. They're typically in it in late August, so that's a team I could see making a run.
Yeah, Aaron?
Yeah, and I mean, when you look, obviously, Jordan being the #1 overall team, right? I mean, they're going to have that bullseye on their back and, come in ready to play. But I just got to give a shout out to the Wanamingo Jacks. They were a team that we just played yesterday, and I mean, they're a good contact team. And I know this is the first time they've been in the tournament in a couple of years now. So, but overall, it should be a good baseball, and excited to see what happens.
All right, let's go to the next Class C bracket. We've got Raymond versus Springfield, Union Hill taking on St. Peter, Farming versus Maple Lake, and Princeton tangles with Nisswa. We've also got Young America, Fairmont, Clinton, and Sartell up there as well, gentlemen.
Yeah, this is kind of a toss-up, you know. I mean, I think when you look, you see, you know, names like Maple Lake and Sartell, you know, that have been in it before. So, I mean, I think you can see a strong run from one of those teams.
Yeah, I guess I can speak for Maple Lake a little bit, being a part of their team last year. They're always, you can never count them out. They are the 12D, so the 4 seed coming out of Region 12, but they don't play like a 4 seed.
Right.
This year I'll be with Loretto. They had drafted me, so I can't root for Maple Lake again this year, which is kind of tough. But no, just looking forward to some great games on that side of the bracket.
All right, very good. Let's look ahead to the next set here. Oh, is that it? That's all we've got. So, okay. So let's, you know what I want to do, though, jump across to the other side and talk a little bit about the what the other guys broke down for their analytics. What do you think on the other side of the Class C bracket?
Yeah, I mean, when I look at it, you know, I mean, Bird Island, yeah, that's a team that, you know, we've had some experience with. You know, they've been in it here the last couple of years. I know Buffalo has been talked about a lot as well. So again, I think you're going to just see a lot of good games, and won't be any surprises whoever comes out of it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You had touched on Buffalo. They can swing it. They got the #1 draft pick out of our region as well, so they added another great arm. But yeah, just looking at some of those other teams on that side, I wouldn't sleep on Litchfield. I know I'm a Region 12 guy, but that's a team that they've got 2 really solid starting pitchers running that team. Waconia is always tough. They also drafted some good arms as well, so adding more arms on top of others. But yeah, I would say it's kind of really anyone's game.
Aaron, you had a chance to play at any of these 4 parks often?
Yeah, and in fact, you know, I was with Shakopee for a couple of years.
Okay.
So I got to play, you know, obviously at Shakopee and Jordan,
Yep.
you know, great ballparks. So yeah, I mean, it's just a great time of the year, you know, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Jordan, with where you're located, you see quite a bit of these, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I had played 10 years ago in the state tournament, also with Loretto when they had drafted me in Jordan. So I'd like to get another crack at it there as well. I got to shout out the Larks. Thanks again for drafting me. Larks fly together. But yeah, all 3 parks are great. It's a privilege to play at any 3 of them.
Any advice that you can give to any of the other players that are watching this on maybe a little idiosyncrasies or things like that of any of these 4 parks?
I mean, I would say just keep the ball down so you don't give up any deep drives. But that's kind of the same sentiment at any baseball park in the state. But yeah, these are great parks. They're fun to play. I guess you can give up a deeper fly ball in Belle Plaine because it's pretty deep there to center. So as long as you have a fast outfield, then you're good.
All right, very good. Aaron Johnson, Jordan Flick, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. And that'll do it here for the 2024 Bracket Reveal Show. A reminder again, you can catch all of these games starting Friday and through all 78 games and the championships included on NSPN.TV. It's $30 for the whole year. You get the high school league tournaments, you get them all. $30. So you can see all of those on NSPN.TV. Thanks for joining us. For our panelists, our crew behind the scenes, AP, JP, JB, and BC, I'm Ryan Phelps. Signing off for now. We'll see you Friday at the ballpark.